Keep California cowgirls from vanishing. Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly. Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. Here is Sadie being trimmed after her abscess recuperation. We're still a little bit unsure about what's happening in that right front as far as is there any discomfort, because when we ask Sadie to lope, you can kind of see she's being careful. So when Lawrence gets to dealing with the right front, we're going to turn the camera back on and let you know what is his professional opinion about Sadie's recuperation after her abscess. Well, Lawrence is working on the left rear now. Sadie's standing nice, putting weight on her front. Kind of sleepy. So I'll turn the camera back on if there's any question about Sadie showing discomfort. Okay, right rear is being done now. Still no discomfort, although she is moving around a little bit. You know, that could be behavioral. We'll see what Lawrence has to say. Okay, now the right front. The abscess exit, still a little bit moundy, but not soft. By moundy, I mean you can kind of tell where the abscess came out. And I think that's the body will take care of that eventually, or it will eventually work its way down and be cut off. Pulling back a little bit.
Now this is...
So the question is she feeling what he's doing on the bottom of her hoof? Or is this just because she's afraid she'll feel it, being that she went through so much discomfort during that abscess episode? Most definitely a different reaction.
That's actually, there's a pretty good bruise on that front.
Do you want us to loosen the lead line?
No, she's
No.
putting her weight on it right now.
Okay. No, Lauren said there's a bruise on the left front. And that's maybe why she's reacting. Oh, definitely reacting there, huh, Lawrence?
And that's the same area the bruise is on the other one.
Which means what? We'll talk about that shortly.
Very thin-soled.
Very thin-soled.
If you're working her barefoot, you're going to have to put those boots on
Okay.
all the time, because she just can't take the ground. You can see the pinkness to this one right there. See that?
Okay. Oh, definitely. So when we work her, we should put the cavallos on.
Oh, all the time.
Even when she's turned out? He says, yeah, we should definitely use the cavallos. Because she's thin-soled. I know you're going to say maybe we should put shoes on. And
Just don't ever work her without those boots on.
okay.
Even on soft soil, she's...
Okay.
Mother Nature made her a wuss. Those are very thin soles.
That won't get better with age and time, the thin-soled?
You've had her barefoot her whole life, so I would say no.
Okay.
When you first pull shoes off a horse, you know, sometimes they will toughen up kind of. But.
Okay. The only reason I'm resisting the regular metal shoes is the nail thing. I just hate putting nails in the hoof. So if you think that the cavallos, they're easy to put on, easy to take off, she doesn't mind them. If I started doing something with her that the cavallos were in the way and I definitely felt I needed the metal shoe, well then that's another issue. But right now what we're doing, I feel the cavallos can work into our daily life.
My only concern is that they are a little bit clunky. They are
Right.
a little big on her, and I just feel that even if we were, especially at a canter, she might get tripped up by them just a little bit.
Okay, but I see cavallos on Tom Say's program on RFD TV. They use them all the time and they advertise them there. Horses cantering down the trail.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, maybe we could put vet wrap or a cotton in there or something to kind of give a little bit of support to it, so
Yeah.
it's not as floppy on her feet.
Oh, okay, we'll talk to Lawrence about that.
See? Right there too.
Lawrence is pointing to the bruisey area. Can you point again, Lawrence? I've got the, yes,
Right.
the pink. And that could be explaining why at a canter, even on the sanded arena ground, she's being careful. I was so afraid that maybe the abscess was still brewing inside and that was causing her discomfort.
No, usually with abscesses, they go pretty much three-legged, not uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay. He says usually if there's an abscess discomfort, it's a three-legged look. And that's not what we've been seeing from Sadie. But we definitely see that pinkness.
Very, very thin there.
So here's our plan. When Sadie's mom, Eve, had an abscess, we used these in her cavallos to give her a little extra support. They're designed for size 3 cavallos, and Sadie's only a size 2, so Lawrence is going to nip them down to the right size, and there'll be a little bit of extra support in Sadie's cavallos. Okay, here we go. He's cutting them down to size.
Where is he? Oh, you.
We'll put them in the bottom of the cavallo, leave them there other than to clean them out from time to time, and put the cavallos on whenever we work her. Now the question is, should we also put them on when we turn her out, where it's very soft. We turn her out for like 5, 6, 7 hours each day.
I think so. It's very moist over there when they first get there, and there are pebbles and things.
Okay, well, we might do that then. We'll just leave them on during the day and take them off for nighty nights. And we'll make sure they fit okay. Lawrence is doing a good job, and we thank him very much for cutting them down to fit the size 2s. Okay, so we are going to put the cavallos on. For now, we're just going to show you, after her trimming, how good her hooves look. And Lawrence is cutting the last one down, and for the cavallos. And we'll show you how we put them on. Okay, we've marked it so that when we take it out, we can put it back in correctly again. This is the left cavallo, and then there's the left and the left right. And we used a permanent marker in red in 2 places on the cavallo. So even if it rubs off somewhere, we still will know which way to put them back. Okay, so we're putting it on her left front. So the buckles go on the outside, and there's a lot of Velcro in the front. She's being a little bit naughty here, but I don't think that that's because of discomfort. We think that'll just become routine. And they're easy enough, put on and off, and her lifestyle of daytime out in pasture, evening time in her own double corral, large size grassy corral pastures. I think she'll be just fine, especially because we have been working on getting Sadie's weight down. So Brianna, can you tell us what you're seeing? We measure her every week with the same tape.
She's gone down about 1 inch or 2 on the weight tape with the heart girth, and also probably about 1.5 inches or 2 on the width angle. She's definitely not as bloated as she used to be. If you look at her straight on, she's definitely slimmer on the sides. She still has some of these fattier places that I think need to be worked on just a little bit, especially up here at the top of the rump. You can see is kind of fatty. Her bottom, around her tail area, has also gotten marginally smaller. I'm very, very pleased with that. I think once she's starting to feel better and not as sensitive on her hooves, and we get exercising her and loping her at least a couple 3 times a week, then we'll see even better results. As it is, she's gone from about 990 by the weight tape when I got here, and she's down to about 930 now. So, and we've only been restricting their diet for about 6 weeks. So I think we're on the right track.
Okay, and that crease on her back, how do you describe that?
It's more prominent than on the other 2. You can Sammy over here has gotten the crease is nearly completely gone. Her back is nearly flat. There's just a tiny crease here and a tiny crease here, but it's not as defined as on Sadie. You can really see the curvature, especially right in here. So.
Okay, this is a gradual, ongoing process. And I have automatic feeders here, and my horses are fed every 4 hours in one place or the other, so they have to walk to get to their feed. And they're also on a daily supplement of enriched 32 mixed with wetted beet pulp that has no molasses in it and has a scoop of Heiro in it, H-E-I-R-O. So when things work, we just keep doing it, and that diet seems to work. And I only feed grass hay with an occasional supplement of oat hay. And Sammy over there, my oldest mare, is the horse that has given us the least problem with weight. Maybe it's her metabolism, but because she comes from a different genetic pool. Sadie and Eve were being very, very careful. And Lawrence is apparently feeling for a pulse. Let's see what he has to say. There's no obvious swelling.
There's a little bit of pulse on this one.
A little bit of pulse on the right.
Due to that bruise, that's why she was shifting weight so much.
Okay, probably due to the bruise.
Started standing better as soon as this one went on. So.
Started standing better as soon as the cavallos went on. Huh?
And it does have, it's the old founder plate that's in there. There's a frog-shaped plate in there. So it is transferring some of that weight off her sole onto her frog, which will make her feel a little funny at first, but she'll get used to it. And it's better than having the weight where that bruise was.
Okay, are you fearful of founder at all?
No, this wasn't to do with founder. It was the abscess, and then just that she's thin-soled and she's bruised herself.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lawrence. He is working with her cavallos on because we were advised to work her with her cavallos until the bruising is gone from the bottom of her feet. We also are doing something different today for Sadie's lesson, now that she's back in training. So we're using a Pirelli rope hackamore. This is essentially just a rope halter, but you see it's got some yacht rope that's wrapped around under the halter that has reins coming out of it, as well as a lead line that is useful for groundwork. We have Alrag Uzine's double reins on connected to the rope halter just in case. So right now they're just sitting on her neck. In case we want to suggest to her, with the help of these rather dynamic double reins, dancinghorseshow.com will give you a description of how they work and where I got them. In case we want to pick them up, to ask Sadie to keep her vertical flexion. Otherwise, everything else is as we've practiced with her before, and we're going to do some lateral flexion, some hind end disengagements, and then we're going to fire up the cable cow cutting machine, which my cameraman will show you if you haven't seen it before, and Sadie will work a moving object, which really helps when the horses see what they are being asked to do, rather than just trying to respond to our cues. When they know what their job is, they're much faster at learning.
Back.
One hand up, the other
Back.
one down,
Back.
close to the horn
Back.
or your
Good
thigh.
girl.
Very nice. I'm going to go to the exercycle, which operates my cable cow. Walk up and down the corridor without the moving object at first.
Whoa. Good girl.
And you have a mic on, so
Yeah.
when you say good girl, maybe explain what you're pleased about.
Okay. Well, I'm asking her to turn over the haunch. So,
Nice.
good.
Open with the left, a little bit of neck rein with the right.
Good girl.
Good. Now we're going to give her a moving object to follow.
Back. Back.
Nice. No rooting to be seen. Haven't even had to use the double reins yet.
Good girl.
But they're there if we need them.
Whoa. Good.
Now I wait until Gina takes a step or two back and starts the turn. She's opening with the right, all the way around. And here goes the moving object to follow. My cameraman will try to give you an idea what it looks like. It can be seen through the fence by the horses. Step or two back and all the way around. Very nice. Now let's see if you can pick up a jog.
Oh.
Look over the ears, open the door. Okay, it's important to do a 180-degree turn. Very nice. Before you start the forward motion.
Good. Oh.
And Gina is going a little bit beyond. She's doing some correction work.
Whoa. Whoa. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Whoa. Back.
Okay, now
Good.
let's not stop so long this time. Let's give her a challenge. Let's lock her on if we can. Okay, go for it. All the way around. Good. Good. Jog. And then as soon as you stop, get ready to come back. That's it. Yes. As soon as you stop, get ready to come back. Now we have to correct. So we stop. We stop the moving object because that's what's great about these exercise practice simulated cows. If you're having trouble,
Good girl. Good.
you can stop it and correct. Okay, let's straighten her out again. And Gina's putting her crop away. Just hang it with a clasp from your saddle,
Back.
but have it be there.
Whoa. Good girl. Back.
Okay, I'm going to stop short.
Whoa.
Get ready to go back. Yes! Some of the drums will be long, some of them will be short. That will mean she's got to watch. Good.
Whoa. Back.
Nice. This next one I'm going to make long.
Okay. Whoa. Come on. Back.
If she starts rooting, pick up those reins, those double reins. Good.
Whoa.
Get the hip over if you can.
Right. Whoa. 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 Hey. Come on, Sadie. Whoa. Good. Back. Good girl.
Okay, get ready to go again.
Yeah. Hey.
I want her to pay attention.
Yeah, she's not really.
She's not really yet. Okay. Remember, she's been laid up due to her abscess, so we're going to slowly start to work her again and get her focus again.
Hey. Whoa. Good girl. Good.
Remember that all we have on her nose is essentially just a rope halter. The cues are coming from our body, from our voice, from our legs, from our hands, and the moving object.
Whoa. Back. Good girl.
I'm going to stop short. Maybe your spur? Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to stop short. Kind of surprises her when we stop short like that. Much better. She's not looking.
No, she's not.
We need to get her right eye to look at the moving object. Good.
Oh.
A little more energy if we can. We need a faster turn. I'll start out a little slower so she can catch up quicker. There you go. Short. Better.
Oh.
If she does well on the way back,
Whoa.
we'll stop in the middle and quit.
Whoa. Sadie. Whoa.
We need eyeball.
No. Whoa. Back.
Now we got to get her
Good.
back in the corridor.
Good girl. Come on.
She's licking her lips. And remember, she has no metal in her mouth. Good. I'll wait for a step back.
Back. Back. Good
Over the
girl.
haunches.
Good. Whoa. Back.
Good. All the way around. Back to the middle.
Back. Good girl.
Maybe we should have stopped on the last one. Okay, it's always hard to decide where to stop. Okay, I'm going to catch up with you here.
I'm trying to not let her anticipate so much because she's not listening to me when I'm asking her to back up.
So she's trying to outguess you on what's to do next?
Well, she'll turn without me asking.
Yes.
And then get ahead
eventually,
of
that's what
herself.
we want if the moving object turns. But right now, she's in training,
Right.
so she needs to listen to her cues. Good.
Oh. Back. Good girl.
You're leaking in a little bit. Got to get back in the corridor.
Whoa. 8.
That's where the side pass, the leg yield, all those movements have to be practiced for this kind of thing, this kind of activity.
Good girl. Come on.
And fencing to get that haunches stop.
Back.
Good.
Good girl.
Back to the middle. Back to the middle again. There you go. Okay, I think we should take it while we have it. We stopped on our note of resolution. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty, and Susie. Heifer calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.